Hello, welcome to the Moving Teacher. I'm Brian, and I'll be your guide for today. So before we get into our video, I'm going to say I'm sorry that there's been a delay since our last video till now. And the reason is the website has been updated, brand new content. We have an official logo. So bye-bye old logo. Or it wasn't even a logo. So we are making the site more professional, more user friendly. We want to help those in the field or going into the field to find the information more easier. Now we know Google can be your friend, yes, and or Bing or Yahoo or whatever search engine you use, and it's true you can find millions of resources, and sometimes you're just thinking to yourself, this can be a headache. What could I do to find better resources? So if you look at our website, we have broken things down by categories, by subjects, from teaching to job to groups and so on. Before, our site just had a whole bunch of things on one page, but we want to make it more user friendly so that you're able to find information. So we're always updating it daily, and so that's a plus. Um, from that, we're going to promote a lot of the free resources. And so I'm not really paid or sponsored. So if you look at in our Facebook at the Moving Teacher, our morning posts have things for elementary, and we're trying to give you some more ideas, inspiration to teach those at the elementary level. But in the afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you're at, we're adding stuff for a more mature crowd. And so this could be things like career exploration, things within heavy focus subject areas, because we want to make sure that life is easier, because we want to make sure that you're able to access free or either low cost resources. And I want to say thank you to movers that have sent some emails to us. Thank you so much. It gives us more ways to not just add it to our list, but to show that the audience or you, all of you, care and that you want the page to not just grow, but you want others to find those resources. And so we're also going to interview content creators, and I'm not talking about YouTube so much. I'm talking about content creators that either startup or creating their own materials from scratch, because we want to give light to them. We want to know why they're making their product and things of that nature. So that helps you to see how it can benefit you or not. And again, these are videos, and if you've seen some of our previous videos, is to give you more information of what's going on and to prepare you, whether it's to teach abroad, online, face to face in the US, and etc. We want to make things more easier. So, without further ado, our video is going to focus a bit of last video on speaking, but more on listening. So, the speaking area is, so you might have students that might be quiet. So the best way to conduct a classroom, from my perspective, my opinion, is to have everyone in groups. Now don't have it like 2 or 3, maybe 4 to 5 students in a group, but mix them up. Don't have them with their best friends. Mix them up. The reason is in life, they're going to work with people of different backgrounds, gender, ability, and so on. So they're going to have to learn how to work with that. And it can't always be like, oh, my friend, my friend, my friend. No, no. And so a great way is to put them into groups of, I guess, maybe 3 to 5, depending on your class sizes and how many groups. Now, give them a topic. So every day, what I would do is every day I will have 1, maybe 2 groups, but that's towards the end, give a presentation. I think I've discussed it last video where Everyone has a chance to speak. Now, this does go into the next way, is if you want to get your students to speak more, have games. One game I would use is I will have like a movie music game. So I will get some input from students on maybe their favorite movies or favorite songs, maybe some video games. If there's voices, no caption. I would take questions based off of like a minute to maybe 3 minute clip. You don't want to make it too long. You pick maybe 4 to 5. And again, it depends on your schedule and the students. And when you do this, you can do individual or group, and you'll play the whole clip just once. You're not playing twice, once, and you're focusing on the listening. Now, at each question, you go step by step, and you tell them you can only answer once you're finished reading the question and when they raise their hand. A great way to do this is if you always see the same student raising their hand, don't always pick on them. Try to diversify. Pick different students. Now, I would say only pick them if really they are the only ones that say, "Oh, I know." Then pick them. And the reason you want to do this, it makes life more easier because then you don't want to say, "Oh, no one listened." Then after, if some did struggle, I would say, and you have time permitted, play the scene again and then go question, answer each question with what's going on with the video clip. Now, again, you can do this individual groups. I always tend to do things in groups. Living in Asia, from my perspective, things are more better in groups. In US, it's more individual. The groups, less grading, everyone's working with each other. It makes life more easier. Okay. The next part is, I know I did talk about the presentations. So we'll go back to that now, is after each presentation, have each student, it doesn't have to be the whole class, it could be 3 or 4 students, to give self crit to give fair criticism. So now they're able, after each presentation, at the beginning they're going to not want to be mean or harsh or feel maybe they're saying something bad. But you gotta give them some examples and lay down some rules because you do not want them to be really maybe say something bad. And so what you do is you give maybe some example, and it's usually for maybe the first 2 days, and it's okay. But what you want them is to, when they what they listen and saw from the presentation, is to give feedback. So maybe in the beginning of the semester they'll say, "Oh, a student was quiet, a student was loud." Okay, but you keep doing this and you keep doing this, and this can be for any grade, subject, and so on. Now, towards the end of the semester, they'll might say, "Hey, Mary was a little quiet." Is Mary going to be mad? No. Mary's going to say, "You know what? They're right. I should have been a little bit quieter." Maybe they might say, "Hey, Bob used to look at that PowerPoint a lot. Bob improved. Bob's actually looking at us. He's not even scared." And why is this happening? Because those that are giving feedback are just helping those that are speaking. And those who are speaking are now finding, okay, this is where we're great at. Maybe this is some areas we can improve. But within the group, they're able to work and practice with each other. And that does help out a lot because our future leaders, whether they graduate high school, college, or whatever, there goes a plane. Uh, Maybe one day, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But back to the presentation. It's gonna help them out because one day they're gonna graduate. And the hardest day for a student is that when they're going for a job interview. It's different than applying for some schools. And I'm not trying to say this to be mean or whatever. But when they want a job, they're going to have to be vocal and they're going to have to self advocate for themselves. They can't say, "Oh, they're a little quiet," or, well, you want them to be confident early on so that helps them later in life. And so that's a lesson I always do because my students, when I lived in China, I was either the first foreign teacher or first foreigner they've ever seen. But they saw my message and they would challenge themselves. And so I would see students maybe in the beginning maybe speak 1 minute. Towards the end, they can speak 4 to 5 minutes. They're not even looking at the back. They're just confident. They have a lot of energy. And then they see this and they will look at their senior students and they will say, wow, our senior students level is not even that hard, it's not even that great because my students challenge themselves and they challenge themselves and others challenge them to be at this higher level. Now, how does this go to the next step with listening? You want the students to listen, have the classroom fun. There's a website called Jeopardy Labs. If you go to our games section, there's a lot of games you can pick, or you go to fun activities and then you go to the games. There's a lot of fun games you can pick. You can pick Kahoot, Gimbit, uh, I think Quizlet. There's a lot of fun activities, free resources that you can use, or you can even create your own. And if you use this in the classroom, it's going to help out students to prepare for a test. It's going to help them to see the fun with listening and being engaged, because you might have some games where maybe they're on their phone and they have to answer, but then maybe you ask some questions where they have to speak it out. So making the game, making the classroom just fun and engaging makes it boring. If you're just uh, make it less engaged, it's going to turn to a Charlie Brown episode where the students are going to want, 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 want. So you want to make it fun, energetic. You do want to give some prizes. I would say not every session of activities, but rarely give out surprises. And again, it depends on the students and your budget. If it's food, be careful. If it's toys, stuff like that, they might be more suitable because it now gives them that reward of like, wow, we've accomplished our goal. And again, you don't want to give it to everyone. You want to give it to those that are like excelling at the activity. Because if you give it to everyone, then that student in the back that was quiet is gonna say, oh, I'll be quiet. But I know I'm gonna get that prize. So no, you don't want to do it. You want to make sure that those are working hard because that's gonna show them that in life they have to work hard, and it's gonna help them out. And again, early on, now when they go to higher education, trade school, whatever, they're gonna keep working hard. And when they get that job, they're gonna keep working hard and say, we can do this, instead of saying, we could do nothing. We can get something. But to sum up this video is with listening, have it where students are giving constructive feedback. So when students are giving presentation, they're listening, they're maybe writing some notes, looking at the body language. They can give feedback to them. Look at having some games where they have to speak. Maybe they can sing, things of that nature, and listen to certain things depending on the question that you might have. And overall, when teaching, just be patient and keep working at it. And the students, I'm sure, because it happened to me, I know of others, they're going to progress, they're going to learn more, and they're going to say, wow, our teacher or educator or whatever really gave us the tools. And now we're up here and we're not down here. So I want to say thank you for watching. And again, our following videos, we're going to have interviews. We're going to give out more information on teaching and maybe some stuff on what's going on within the teaching world. And again, I don't want to spoil most surprises. We'll try to do one, maybe twice, video once or twice a week. Again, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching The Moving Teacher. Have a great morning, afternoon, night, or wherever you're at, and see you all at the next time.